Today I'm gonna talk about 5 things, or few things actually, that I dislike about the Type R. Nothing that I hate, because I don't think I will never buy a car that I say, oh, I hate few things. A lot of people use the as a thumbnail, say, oh, 5 things I like, 5 things I hate. I don't hate nothing about this car. I'm gonna point that out. But I dislike few things that I think Honda should address it since the first model 2017, and it seems like they didn't address it on the 2020. So that's what I'm gonna talk about. Other than that, I love the car and everything. All right, so let's start with the rims. This is a good rims, right? They lightweight and they tight, but as you can see, you don't have enough sidewall on the rims. So these rims are perfect for the track. But let's be honest, how many people who has Type R that you know, they take this car to the track? I haven't yet. Not that I want to. I just don't have a track right around my corner. So most of the people I know, I'm a member of Type R Society. If you have a Type R, you should join them. I leave the link on the description for the Instagram. Most of them, it's more than, I would say, maybe 200 on the group. I would say 90%, 95% they haven't go to the track. That being said, this car is perfect for daily, but with these tires and rims, they're no good. You try to park, you're looking at the mirror well, but the sidewalk is bent or something, you damage your ring. It's damaged right there already on this side, and the rear side too a little bit. So it's no good. This rim no good. They should, in my opinion, everybody that modified the Type R of the rims, they put an 18 with a semi-slick tires or thicker tire with a little sidewall. I think the car even looks better. But I understand why Honda didn't do it, because those tires with those small rims and more meat on the tires, they're not good for the track. So as right now, I'm gonna keep those tires until I take the car to the track one day. So I'm gonna leave this on. But another thing is that when you go to the Honda dealer, which they were really good, they gave me a really good deal. I made a video about that. I leave the link in the description. You want to see it? They give me a sticker price for the car. So, but that being said, they want to offer me a $2,000, if I'm correct, insurance just for the tire itself. So I'm not gonna pay $2,000 for insurance if the tires on the rim breaks. So they understand that these tires are not good for daily use. So they want to sell you insurance. I didn't take it. I did my research. I was like, you know what? Instead of paying $2,000 for these rims and tires, I'd rather save the money. And whenever I'm ready to change the tires and rims, I got the money to put new rims and tires. All right. So I not recommend you to put that insurance, because at the end of the day, it's not worth it. Every time you break a rim and the tires, you have to wait and put a new one in there, and they're gonna keep breaking. All depends where you live. I live in New York, full of potholes everywhere. All right. A lot of people, they always maybe expecting to complain about the sauce. I'm not gonna say I dislike it. I love the triple sauce, but it comes triple, but it comes with no sound at all. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's not like I dislike why the Honda made that decision. I kind of understand why they made that decision. They don't want to charge you $5,000 more for the exhaust that's gonna come with a tone that you don't like. So you're gonna pay $5,000 more for the Type R, and at the end of the day, you're still gonna pay for the aftermarket exhaust that you like. Honda understood that there's too many aftermarket parts for this car, and a lot of aftermarket companies, they're gonna make the exhaust. So at the end of the day, I went to the NVIDIA. Like, the factory is fine, but I went to the NVIDIA because it has the perfect note. It has the perfect note, like the Type R should come from factory. Just a nice note, not too loud. You still can hear the engine, and it's good. All right. Even I'm gonna tell you, even this little thing right here. I don't know why people in America always got the short end of the stick. The car that even came with this sticker that in Japan, Europe, and Canada, it came with this sticker. So for some reason, this sticker didn't come to the Type R in America, which is silly. How much can these stickers cost? So why they don't put a sticker that other country have? But I order from the dealers because, like, less than $20 and put it in there. That's just a little thing. I think it's silly that they didn't put that stick in there when everybody else has. Okay? Talk about this right here. Nice key fob, everything. Miss something, right? Yeah, where's the remote starter for this? Honda, where is the remote starter for this car? You're not gonna tell me you don't put a remote start in this car because you wanna save weight. Nah, it's just programmed on the computer. That's all you have to do. So when it's cold and I have to wake up early in the morning, thank God I have my driveway. I have to wake up, get my jacket on, and then get off from the house, get in the car, and start the car like 15 minutes before going to work because I want the car to be warm in the winter, right? That's one point. Honda needs to do, and from factory, the Type R, since it's the top of the line of the Honda, it should come with remote start. That's stupid. And I'm not gonna put an aftermarket alarm, an aftermarket remote start because I don't want nobody mess up with these wires in this car. See a lot of people doing it, and sometimes they, in the Type R society, they be like, oh, I have this light, they come here, the computer is reading some sensors one, so I don't want to mess with none of that. It should come from factory, from the Honda dealer. That's one thing. Another thing is the chip knob. I love the chip knob. I love how it feels and everything. I love the feeling, but man, when it's hot, oh Lord, when it's hot. Now in summer, when it's 90 degrees and over, forget about it. Like you're gonna get, like you will hurt yourself. I'm probably gonna say first degree burn on your hand or something. So I have to do the same thing, turn on the car, let it cool off for a minute, and then take it for a drive, or just grab something, put it on my hand, and go from there. All right. You see, I can't remember something else right now. I think the backup camera should have a better quality. It should. So let's talk about now performance-wise. The 2017 and 2018 model came with a second gear that was grinding when you try to shift fast or something. Even some of them, even you shift slowly, was doing it. I'm not gonna say this car doesn't like 2017 and 2018 model, but I realized it's a performance problem, like with the master cylinder or the slave cylinder from factory. When you go really hard first to second, if you don't have that fit all the way down there, and you have to lose like half a second to shift, the transmission will grind. And it's not the problem mechanical, it's software or probably something with the slave cylinder and master cylinder. How do I know that? In my Honda Accord, when I started putting parts on it and I make it all motor, and I want to shift fast, the car won't allow me because I have the factory master cylinder and a slave cylinder. When I change the master cylinder and a slave cylinder, I could immediately, I don't have to shift all the way out, all the way down and to shift to first to second. It will just go smoothly, right? That's for another video. Some modification I did for the Accord, so stay tuned. So I think it's something to do with that Honda have to make. And then you'll be like, oh, so why you want to go so fast the first second? Well, let me tell you something. Just look at the car. Just look at the car. The car is one of the key of the track, right? But just look at the car. Just stop on the light, and you have this massive wind there. Everybody thinks you're gonna just go flying, right? So this is my point when it comes about performance. Honda should know that they should have a better traction and better grip control for the car when you go to first and second. In a drag race, you will lose to pretty much a lot of cars. You will lose to car that cost less than $10,000. If you grab this car and you race, let's say a Nissan 350C, a 370, if you race a Subaru WRX, a STI, from the day you lose, no matter what, it doesn't matter how good a driver you are, they'll be like, oh, you don't know how to drive, you don't know this. In the Type R society, I bring up the topic, and they were calling me, I'm a Type R hater. Why do you buy a Type R? I'm just being honest with you. I always say since my first video I made about this car review, if you're gonna race this car, do a road race second gear, 30 to 40, and then this car will just be gone. It's perfect. But I think Honda should know that this is one of the most cars that people wanna race, and people wanna race you just for the fact. So Honda has a program that help you and make the traction control better. So I think Honda failed in that. They should make a better tuning. Also, you do a flash tuning with Honda and with K tuner, and just with the factory parts that the car has already does a better traction control, and it does a better takeoff. So I think with the Honda engineers and so many millions and billions that they have, they should do a better job. So as right now, I don't want to mess nothing with the engine, no downpipe, none of that. I don't want to put more power in the car when the car is not gonna go. It's not gonna put the power to the ground. All right. Traction control off, totally off. I have to leave it like for 5 seconds straight. Now it's totally off. Love the car. I will highly recommend it to use. It keeps the value on. I mean, and it's not like I treat this car like people say it's a garage queen. I built a garage, but it's another thing. Don't let people bully you saying, oh, you got your car is garage queen. The car would be better protected if you have an indoor garage, right? I have it in my driveway, but I didn't have an indoor garage, so I built an indoor garage. Most of it I'm gonna use it on the winter, but the car is very useful. Like, I built the garage and built a few things on my backyard, and trust me, I put this car to work. I put woods in there. I put the sliding side door for my backyard. I put this car to work, right? So, and all good, all smooth. Oh, I just reminded something. Just looking at this thing right here. They didn't put the sensor on this car because, wait, I mean, come on. How much a sensor, how many ounces a sensor can weigh? So you give me this thing right here, right? And because you want to save weight, I mean, give me a break on that. You should put a sensor there, all over the car, right? And I just remind something else. I just start recording it and bringing stuff that come into my mind. So one of the issues is when you bring the car to the track, the car gets overheats. I put the plate here, but has a bracket. I can remove it if I want to, but I don't want to get a ticket. So the 2020, I read articles. The 2020 already is getting overheat on the track, which makes no sense. You're gonna buy a 2020. There was something they're supposed to fix because they made the grill a little different with more space. They made more space right here, right? But the car's still getting overheat. So I will know for sure when I take this car to the track, all right, to see if it's gonna overheat or something. Which means Honda didn't fix that problem with the 2020. I see some people, they put a bigger intercooler when they tune the car, and they put a downpipe and stuff like that. But for the meantime, I'm gonna leave it like that. And just like that factory, I'm gonna take it to the track. I don't know when, but hopefully soon enough. And I will see if it's this car or it's all the Type R's that suffer for the heating problem. As right now, I've been driving hard in the summer. I've been driving fast, and I have no heating whatsoever. It seems like it's something that only happens on the track. All right, guys, I'm gonna close up this video saying Type R is a really good car, but just like nobody's perfect, no car is perfect, but it's definitely good.